Can flies be trained like sniffer dogs? Flies, the tiny sniffer dogs you never expected. When we think of animals trained to serve humans, sniffer dogs usually come to mind, trained to detect drugs, find missing people, or even identify cancer. But can you imagine a future where a doctor tells you, "We used flies to check for signs of lung cancer"? Sounds crazy? In fact, flies, those pesky little insects you usually shoo away, are emerging as powerful biological tools in the worlds of medicine, crime investigation, and environmental science. Flies, especially fruit flies, Drosophila melanogaster, and common houseflies, may be tiny, but their nervous systems are surprisingly sophisticated. They possess an extremely sensitive sense of smell capable of detecting volatile organic compounds, VOCs, in minute amounts. The ability to learn through classical conditioning, just like dogs. Olfactory learning behaviors that scientists can exploit in lab settings. In other words, flies can be trained, not with leashes and treats, but through neural programming and scent exposure to identify disease-related smells, dangerous chemicals, and even cancer cells. Flies and cancer, living cancer detectors? In 2013, scientists at the University of Konstanz, Germany, made a groundbreaking discovery. Flies can distinguish between healthy and cancerous breast cells using only their sense of smell. Tiny electrodes were attached to the fly's antennae to measure neural activity in response to air samples containing cancer cells. Result: cancer cells emitted VOCs distinct from healthy cells, and the flies reacted consistently to these differences, proving their ability to smell cancer. Conditioning flies, Pavlov-style training. Researchers at institutions like the Scripps Research Institute, USA, have conditioned flies by repeatedly pairing specific smells with unpleasant stimuli, such as a mild electric shock, sour odor, or cold air. After just a few exposures, the flies learned to avoid the smell, even when the negative stimulus was removed. This mirrors Pavlov's classical conditioning experiments, but applied to flies instead of dogs. The fly's olfactory brain map. A 2020 study at Princeton University showed that the fly brain creates a structured olfactory map, allowing it to not only detect smells, but also remember and differentiate between them. Flies have about 50 types of odor receptors, and by combining them, they can identify over 500 unique odor profiles, many of which include VOCs related to disease or toxins. Beyond cancer, other use cases. Flies are also being explored for detecting decomposition at crime scenes. Flies are often the first to arrive. Diseases like tuberculosis, Parkinson's, and diabetes, which all produce distinctive body or breath odors. Toxic gas leaks in labs or factories, where flies may respond faster than standard sensors. From a behavioral neuroscience perspective, flies are biological sensors that are fast-reacting with no need for complex calibration, extremely cost-effective and easy to breed in large numbers, programmable through scent conditioning techniques, compact, and usable in fieldwork or portable diagnostic kits. Although they can't follow commands or patrol airports like dogs, flies can outperform machines in detecting certain chemical signatures, especially where ultrasensitivity is required or equipment is expensive or unavailable. Conclusion: so, can flies be trained like sniffer dogs? The answer is yes, but in a very different way. No leashes, no obedience schools, just scent conditioning, behavioral cues, and a bit of neurobiology. In the 21st century, these once annoying pests are transforming into tiny allies, becoming living diagnostic tools in healthcare, forensics, and environmental monitoring.